representation be used as an audit evidence is what the question we are going to discuss. This is one of the several times they have asked question on this, that whether written representation can be used as a replacement to the audit evidence. First of all, what is written representation? Written representation is a statement made by the management provided to the auditor to confirm certain matters and to support the audit evidence. So it's a statement provided by the management. Now, when we talk about audit evidence is the information used by the auditor to draw certain conclusion on which he'll make his opinion. So we go back to the golden rule of auditing. The auditor designs and performs audit procedures to obtain SAI, to draw conclusion for the purpose of giving opinion. So here auditor uses the audit evidence and he draws conclusion based on the audit evidence. Now, written representation basically it provides a necessary information that auditor requires in connection with the audit. So basically, suppose if you make an inquiry, the response to the inquiry will be considered as a written representation, which is an audit evidence. So no doubt, a written representation is an important source of audit evidence. But suppose say what happens actually here, if suppose say the management will modify the written representation or they may not provide a written representation, and in such case it will cause an alert to the auditor that there is a possibility that there may be some issues which may exist for which the management is not providing a written representation. The moment they say they don't want to provide a written representation means what? Something is there, something which they don't want to share the details with us. That's the thing here. So in such case, more than an oral representation, we want a written representation, because written representation acts as a evidence. Actually, it is more like an evidence for us. So in such case, always remember here, always we go for the sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. That's the thing here. So yes, of course, we go for a written representation, but written representation is a necessary audit evidence and does not constitute sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. It will strengthen the existing audit evidence. That's the thing here. The fact that the management has provided a reliable written representation does not affect the nature and extent of other audit evidence. That's the thing here. So the auditor obtains about the fulfill of the management responsibility and a specific assertion. See, the auditor will obtain a written representation that the management has fulfilled its responsibility as to preparation of financial statement, as to design, implement, maintain internal control, to do the assessment of going concern, or they will give written representation on specific assertions like say contingent liabilities, like valuation of inventory, going concern, fraud. So please understand that as a written representation, it's a necessary audit evidence where you already get a sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Written representation cannot replace that. Okay, that is how you have to understand. This is a very important question. You have to give reference to SA 580, written representation, and then you need to start writing the answer. Okay, I'll see you in the next video, soldiers.